Hello, everyone. Phil Sherman here with more stadiums to show created by you via another stadium extravaganza. We have a lot to get to, so let's get to it. Okay, I wanted to start things off with a stadium of my own simply because I came up with another challenge for you guys. Over the past week or so, I went through and fixed some anomalies, and I think 3 of my stadiums, so I'll do one at a time. But here's my idea. I wasn't crazy about how I fixed the anomaly in this stadium. I felt it was kind of hack, kind of boring, kind of unoriginal. So I thought, maybe some of my fantastic creators would like to take a shot at downloading some of these stadiums and fixing the anomalies themselves. So what do you guys think? We'll start with the very first stadium I built just to test out anomalies. This is the Dam, Beavers Park in Portland, Oregon. Put the altitude of 2,500 feet, built in 2022. Now, the main anomaly is out here in left center field. Oh, I guess it's pretty much left field. I changed this towards the end of the stadium's life, right before anomalies were killed. I like the idea of the restaurant, being surrounded by the brick and just creating its own little building and having nice big windows for people to look out. Over here, obviously, we see the anomalies with, some people hanging out, and there's people on the grass area, and then there's bleachers built above it. I think it looked pretty cool. I like this concession stand above it, and then next to it, I always like to build off the anomaly to create these different layers, the different decks, and that was one of my favorite things about the anomalies, which I think we can still take advantage of with leaving the anomalies behind the batter's eye. If you do that, you can still kind of get creative and build off the batter's eyes. If you leave them like normal, you can't even get close to them with some things. So, like this, for instance, this still plays. This still shows up in a game. I have tested it, and this is the guaranteed rate, or Chicago White Sox, whatever the hell their stadium's called now. Their stadium's anomaly in center field with their batter's eye in center field, and it's behind the Philadelphia. That's the main one. And it kind of blends into the Philadelphia and still works. So in a game, you still see, the original thing that I built here. I built the concourse around it, blah, 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 this building. This is another anomaly that I had to fix. I'm actually pretty happy with the way I fixed this, and I'll show you, of course. But the main thing I always wanted to do was I always wanted to have a nice little jolt in to create an easier home run. That's why I made this really deep in right field, 374. That's pretty deep. So then right here, it kind of jolts down. It's a low fence, and it comes out. And then the home run, as you can see, I made it really quirky to try to make it so if it went over this part, it was still a home run. Because in a game, it just treats like the anomaly's not there. This one doesn't stay. So I had to fix that one. And I like how that one turned out. But the stadium's pretty standard around and behind, blah, 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 blah. But I did fix some things on the stadium I did like, but they didn't necessarily have to do with the anomaly. So let's take a look at the changes I made. As we morph into the new version of the Dam, Beavers Park, you'll see that all I did was kind of make an uneven restaurant over here and then added a second one on top. I don't know if it would be a restaurant or like some kind of like team store or concession stand, where you can go in there and get stuff and still be able to see the game while you're in there or not. But it just seemed kind of lazy to me. At one point I had a fountain in there, but it's like everybody has a fountain, I mean, there's only so many props that we have, and you can only get so creative, but I don't know. Plus, it's kind of limited space with all this stuff on top, but I really liked adding the trees. I took this from a page out of Dan's book with the little green patches where you can plant some trees on it. I kept the same tree pretty much throughout, and I think it turned out really nice. I got rid of these planters because they were very expensive, and I wasn't crazy about how they looked anyway. So I got rid of those planters and just added the trees all the way around the stadium. Now this I'm pretty happy with. I like how this turned out. You got a little standing room only area. I had to build a border around the scoreboard because I hate my green, but the stupid thing the stupid game SDS, if you're watching, keeps deleting my props. And every time I select this prop, I'm not going to do it, but every time I select it to duplicate it and fix it, it closes the thing out. What is going on with this freaking game? Come on, SDS. Same thing down here. There should be another thin white concourse piece to cover up that green. I don't understand why that's so difficult. But anyway, again, I just added green patches in the trees and the lights. The lights, maybe I went a little too far with the lights over on this side, but I kind of wanted to just, make it look like the same ballpark by adding parts to each side. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I don't want to spend too much time on the stadium. It looks nice, but again, it's just kind of boring, especially with this. I guess I could just do one of these and bring this down. That way it looks more like it's from the same level, even though it's kind of further back. But, yeah, tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you would do to change it if you want to. And, just because you're changing the anomalies doesn't mean you can't change anything else. I've never been crazy about this building either. I thought about going in here and picking a different building because I never liked the wood pillars. So, yeah, I thought about changing that as well. And then, plus, there's a lot of memory taken up with all these fence posts and down here as well. So, if you have the time, if you want to take a shot at it, go for it. If not, no big deal. That's out of the way now, so let's get into your stadiums. Okay, we're going to start things off with someone who contacted me via email. This is Sith Lord Slither. He gives us the Dallas Parkway Renegades Stadium. It's in Dallas, Texas, altitude of 430 feet, 2024. He says he mostly does remixes, but has some where he worked off the templates. And I think I recognize this. Maybe as a stadium I've showcased here in Studio 44. He did say that some of the stadiums he remixed were picked out of stadiums he saw here and on Sewell 21's channel. I did go back, after looking this up and see that there's a couple uploads of close versions to this, in the past, but I didn't find specific things that you changed. So, yeah, in a future email or in the comments or in a Google form request, I would love to see some of your own stadiums and get them showcased for you. I really like this stadium. I love the concept of the very high luxury seats and this kind of what looks like it could be a window. I know there's not a lot of great ways to make frames, to make individual windows. So the openness could be a window, just giant glass. I love this fountain up here on top of the decks, and I love the little home run deck with a pool on top. So if I did show a version of the stadium, which I'm pretty sure I did, I apologize for not remembering who sent it. If you did create it, let me know. I would love to give you the credit for it. But again, Sith Lord Slither never claimed to create all of his stadiums. He definitely said that most of his stadiums are remixes. And that's how I started, too. The first year, I downloaded a lot of stadiums and tweaked them and then used them for the Ricky Davis League. But, yeah, this is a great stadium. I wanted to give Sith Lord Slither a shout-out because he is working on getting fictional teams together, fictional rosters. I told him, please download the Ricky Davis League roster and use as many people as you want. I told him to make teams. And I hope he does. I hope he stays in touch and let me know how they do. He also mentioned that he's looking for someone who created a bases-loaded roster. I think he said he used Kansas, but I'm not sure. But, yeah, this is a fun little stadium. I wanted to get Sith Lord Slither here on the board and hopefully encourage him to let me know which stadiums he did create from scratch in the Google form, and I'll showcase them for you. But, yeah, thank you again for the kind words in the email. It was fun chatting back and forth with you. You guys can email me if you like, studio44ps@gmail.com. That's the email address. And you can get in touch with me on Facebook. Always happy to chat with you guys there, too. So let's move on. Next up is another creator who never sends me a request. I just love to check out his page every once in a while, or his what would you call it? A page in the vault? Channel in the vault? I don't know. His vault. And look through and pick out a stadium to showcase. He has his own YouTube channel, Frank JF USA. This is Amity Island Baseball Park in Amity Island, New York. Altitude of 37 feet, built in 1976. Built in 1976. And just something about this theater building. I love this freaking building. Oh, look, they're playing Jaws. Ha! That's pretty funny. But every time I hear Amity, obviously I think of Amityville Horror. Was it Margot Robbie in that? Superman? I think Superman and Star Wars are the two things I bring up the most on this channel, isn't it? But, yeah, this one is super fun. I love every freaking house in here is on an island. Look at that. All the boats. Oh, shit. This guy's in here. Oh shit. Is there people on here trying to catch it? Nope. Be careful. I mean, you got to own a boat just to live in these houses, I guess, huh? Unless there's some kind of... Oh, there's a little ferry or a steamboat to get you on there. And these people are getting off, it looks like, to watch the ball game. He's got these little streets, and the water comes up here along this little pier. Very fun. A lot of beach happenings out here and left with the bleachers and a little playground. Awesome. Then you got some Wrigleyville type seating across the street. You can probably reach that. How deep is it out here? 320. Yeah, you can probably get over there, especially on a bounce. A lot of new signs. Apparently the raceway's coming soon here. Awesome. And then you got the naval ship back there. Oh, another one. Okay. Excellent. Anything behind? Not really. Okay. Oh, yep, there it is. There's the water, making it an island, of course. Nice. Yeah, this is fun. Frank J. USA. He's got some fun stuff. I like to just check him out every once in a while. And I apologize for that. I probably have enough to put one of his in every video, but, without the Google form, I just kind of, they slip my mind. So I like to get in there and remind everybody that he's out there because he's got some fun stuff. So that could be a thumbnail right there. Almost the first stadium. Oh, the scoreboard's way the heck back there. Okay. Kind of gives me a drive-in movie theater vibe. Anyway, there it is. Great stadium. Frank JF, thank you for opening your channel up to me. I love showing your stadiums. Another creator who rarely sends requests but always says I am welcome to go in and check out his vault is Dadbod or Spanky McSlappy. I went through and I picked out WestJet Launchpad. It's in Calgary, AB. Has a max altitude and was built in the year 2009. This grabs my attention right away. Now this is a great idea. He uses the lazy river as a deck, as the facing of a deck, and then he closed off the awkward curve with this concourse. So yeah, that's very smart. He just kind of hit it with using the cement bricks, and I think it looks really good. Then there's concession running behind the field. Then over here in left, kind of a wall of concessions that's kind of quirky and bendy. I love it. And then I've always loved the base of this giant building as a big wall for a stadium. I wish they had something like that wasn't connected to a giant, skyscraper. But at the same time, it looks pretty cool. And then he kind of cornered him off or capped him off with that new wedge building. Gorillas on top, looking fun. Then there's a little fountain and picnic tables out here for people to chill out and watch the game in. Awesome. Great little city behind for a great view, including the new buildings with the little bridges in between. Fantastic. Dadbod has such good stuff. Always so clean. They're always creative. And always in Canada. He's a frequent member. It seems like we haven't seen him in a while, but he likes to join the streams and the live premieres and chat with us. So I'm a fan. I'm a Dadbod fan. He does fun stuff. He's got the hospital outside and some... Okay. Excellent work. As always, Dadbod, Spanky McSlappy. WestJet Launchpad. Very nice stadium. Oh, this is the, okay. Yeah, it's the longer, shorter building. There's two of them, right? There's that one, and then there's like a tan one. I don't know. But, yeah, great work, Dad Bod. I love it. You were another person who I appreciate allowing me to sort through your vault and pick out a stadium to show. Okay, before we get into Google Form requests, I did find this stadium in the vault, and I loved it. I accidentally ran into it. It's called Detroit. It's in Detroit, Michigan, altitude of 656 feet, built in 2024. Now, the gamer tag that shows up is MyLKI1, and I tried to go back as far as I could, but there's so many pages of Detroit in the name of the stadium. So it would have took me forever to get to the end of who actually created the stadium. So my apologies if you created this and he didn't. He uploaded it a couple times, so I don't know if he tinkered with it or whatever, but I saw it and I loved it, especially right field. This deck is so cool with the two different layers facing different directions. And then there's these lights facing this big party area right here, which is full of people. Love it. And then there's more coming around and behind. Well, maybe not behind, but around the first base path. Excellent. And then there's a layer of seating back under in here. I thought this one was really cool. Oh, and then he dialed up the roof a little bit. Fun. Excellent. And then over in the corner, you got Sparky's Den and the Art House building, hosting some folks watching the game from this corner. More fun areas up here. That concession stands blends well into that Wrigley Field building. Got the Station Hotel. Welcome to Detroit. 3 layers of decks, or maybe just 2. I guess that's a roof. And then underneath that is more seating and the layered fountains. Fantastic. People on this bridge and the other waterfall. You got the Tigers surrounding this batter's eye in center field. Excellent, excellent. Retired numbers in center field as well with the little circles. Motor City. These are the Detroit Tigers championship years. I'm pretty 484 is as far back I can go. I used to do it a lot faster, but now it takes a little bit more time. Oh, this looks great, too. This whole bridge or deck that goes all the way around the outside with a little park. Giant. Looks like 2 levels of parking garages stacked on top of one another. But, yeah, 84 all the way up to now. I'm pretty good. The late teens into now is where I start to get hazy. I got to remember when the Nationals won it and when the Braves won it. And was it Braves 19, Dodgers 20, Astros 17, Red Sox 18, Nats 19, Dodgers 20, Braves 21. Who won it in 22? Astros again in 23, right? No. Astros in 22, Texas in 23. All right, I got it. Fun. I also used to be able to do the All-Star games. The All-Star games is really tough now, especially since like this year I didn't watch the game or the Home Run Derby because I didn't have Fox or ESPN. I now have Hulu Live, so I can next year. But, with the playoffs coming, I have to be able to watch. The Yankees had a couple fun wins in a row, but today is the day that Garrett Cole was inexplicably horrible on the mound today with a stupid walk to Rafael Devers. And, I know we scared shitless of him, but yeah, this is a great stadium. I apologize if you're seeing this and you created it and I gave credit to the person who I saw upload it, but let me know in the comments or if you're watching in the live premiere or whatever. And if you have more, please send them my way because this is gorgeous, and I'm sure other people like it as well. Ooh, I didn't turn the lights on yet, did I? Let's do that. Sorry, this has been me babbling a lot, but Alkaline Walk, nice. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Excellent, excellent work. Yeah, if you find this, send it let me know, send me more, and I'll showcase them right here on Studio 44. On to specifically requested stadiums from the Google form that you can find on my YouTube channel, on my Facebook page, or the description of this video. That is the best way to get a stadium into me, and be sure that it's showcased right here on Studio 44 ASAP. This is Dapper Dan Park. It's in Racine, Wisconsin, has an altitude of 57 feet, built in 1914, and it comes to us from PFK Nunn. He actually submitted the stadium quite a while ago. It was called Throwback Field at the time, using only the contemporary pack, but he forgot to upload it when I went to showcase it, and he says since then he changed the name of the park and added a few things, and this may be my favorite stadium of his so far. I love left field. All these funky colors with the shipping containers. I love it. Very interesting. I never really thought to build this like window in here before. Which prop? Okay, yeah, it's the little concession stand with the restaurant and seating on top. I thought maybe these are two separate things, but nope, I see it now. Yeah, you could put a little fence right here. I just stole an idea from you, PFK Nunn. Borrowed. I should say borrowed. I'm borrowing idea. But you can put a little fence up or a railing right here and have people watching from in there, and it's a custom luxury suite. These guys are out on a balcony. Fun. Very interesting. Dapper Dan Park. The theater, once again, makes an appearance. That's a great building. It just looks cool. This building looks like it was built right into the batter's eye. Perfect fit. Excellent. And you got this little walkway back here with more old school buildings and the clock. People are riding in their cars. Flintstone style. I can't make the noise. I'm not even going to try. I shouldn't have even tried, I should say. But you know how they're running. Because you got to make them stand. You can't make them sit, right? So their feet are kind of hanging through. At least on this one. Flintstone. Yep, there's a dog. Random dog. These guys are selling newspapers out here. Excellent. Oh, and it's on a little peninsula with some water back here. Some steamboats, ferry. Is this? I don't remember this one at all. Obviously, it's new, but I don't remember going through it and finding that one. I just don't pay attention to the boats. PFK Nunn, a sir. Oh, nope, there they are. Canoes. I thought we didn't have canoes for a minute. I was like, where are the canoes when we have boats? Nicely done, sir. We have canoes. What is a baseball stadium without canoes? This is fantastic. Is this a tram? It has to be. That's a cool idea. And it acts as a wire to hold up that sign. That's fun. That looks really cool. PFK Nunn. Outstanding. I like the little plaza level seating out here. Plaza luxury. Signs on top. Look fantastic with a little roof. Great work, sir. Hold on, I gotta... Nicely done, PFK Nunn. So glad we finally got to showcase the stadium for you, man. Excellent, excellent stadium. Turning on the lights, it looks great, of course, because the new buildings look really cool lit up. Oh, they got more tram wires. That's a great idea. I think you might have sparked something. This might be used all over the place now. You could use it as like the camera like they use in the NFL. Can't really do it in baseball, right? Unless you got it high enough. But then I don't know if it'd be worth it. This whole area behind center field is so cool. Great work, PFK Nunn. Out frickin' standing. Excellent. Thank you, sir. Look forward to seeing more from you. Schmitty VG is back in Studio 44, and he's not too far from me. Orange Stadium in Syracuse, New York, altitude of 381 feet, built in 2024. The stadium's about an hour from my house. Oh, look at this deck. This is fantastic. Oh, is it built onto the Orange Dome? Yeah, the Orange Dome. I don't know how many of you guys know Syracuse, but they play that basketball in their football stadium, so they have it closed off. And, like the San Antonio Spurs used to do. I don't know if they still do that, but they used to use a football field and close off half of it, I think, anyway, right? In the 90s when David Robinson and Tim Duncan were out there. But this looks great. This curved concourse hosting these seats. Excellent. There's the ramp used to get people up and down between these two levels. Fantastic. Parking garage built right in. Schmitty, you said you're from the area, right? I'm sorry. I apologize. I know one of you guys lives pretty close by. I always thought that Archmage would be the first person I met simply because canoes, I see them. Look at this. I'm so distracted by canoes, I can't even finish a thought when I see them. But I always thought Archmage would be the first person I met because I know he lives near Toronto, and that's an easy ride for us, to go to a game if it's been a while. And we're like, hey, let's just go to Toronto for the weekend, see the Yankees play the Jays. Especially now that they have the new stadium the new stadium renovations. I want to check those out. And I was like, hey, Arch, we're going to the game. Meet us up there. Let's say hello to each other. But, knowing that you frequent the area, and again, I apologize if I'm thinking of someone else, but yeah, knowing that you're in the area frequently, we'll have to find a way. Maybe a Red Wing game. We plan on going, I want to say the weekend of the 22nd? Yeah, next weekend, 21st and 22nd. Probably the 21st. So if you're in the area, Schmitty, come to that Red Wing game. Say hello. We've only been to one. My wife hasn't been to any. I went to the Garrett Cole game, and that's it. It's been a busy summer for not playing softball or baseball. Look at this. This thing is fantastic, just with the different layers and excellent. Schmitty, great work. It's got the orange seats that look pretty cool with the neon colors of the futuristic style seating. I love the pier out here with the giant deck that people are hanging out on. Fantastic. There goes the dog because my wife's home, so I'm going to wrap this stadium up on. But, yeah, Schmitty, this is fantastic. Turn the lights on. I love the giant staircase. That is awesome. Reminds me of Laurel and Hardy movie. Any Laurel and Hardy guys? I know I got some older guys out here, right? People my age and maybe a little bit older. My dad used to record all the old Laurel and Hardys when they're on at like 5 o'clock in the morning on Fox or whatever. But, yeah. Great stadium, Schmitty. Let's make that happen. Next Saturday, 22nd. Hopefully I'll get this uploaded before then. And see if we can meet up. Great idea. I love this. You know what? I'm rushing because I hear the dog bark, and I apologize for the dog barking, but I want to get this in. Cruising right along, we have another submission from Braves fan 112296. This is New Wave Park at Allman Brothers Field, Mason, Georgia. Altitude of 350 feet, built in 2024, and it has all the makings of a Braves fan stadium. The hill going alongside the Texas Rangers, the old school Texas Rangers batter's eye, with the fountain in the background, with the new fence in front of it, gorgeous, faced off with the stone bushes lining that stone. Same thing around the home run fence. Looks amazing. Always so clean. Very nice indeed. Second deck in the outfield, fairly symmetrical, as you see over in left. Have the Braves building and a couple concession stands over here. And on top over here, we have that little restaurant. And this guy, what do they call that one? The covered soda bar. And then you got the little window restaurant over here. Aloha Joe's. Is it anything like Mocha Joe's? Cold drinks, the tiki place, and the Italian sausage. Excellent. Trees look amazing in the background. The medium-sized city, or is it a small city? I don't know. Using the museum, the gym, and I don't know what to call this one. I like it because of the pillars in the front. Or is that the back? I don't know. And then you have the other little complex out here to kind of face off the outside. Parking lot looks cool. And then in right field, parking garages and a convention center with some cherry blossom trees lining things up as you drive into the parking garage. Very nice, as always, Braves fan. Let's turn them lights on and take a peek. Excellent. 2 scoreboards, 1 on each side. Fantastic. Pretty standard around and behind. But again, very clean. And gorgeous as always. Braves fan, 11/22/96. The next creation from Sandman Dan is upon us. It's, I believe, Southern Grove Park. I think you put an H in there by accident, Dan. At least according to the request you sent me. I think it's supposed to be Southern Grove Park. It's in Port St. Lucie. It's in Port St. Lucie, Florida. Has an altitude of 2,600 feet, built in 2024. And I'm loving this freaking concourse and the outfield already. Look at this. This is amazing. Ooh, this is the chill deck. Hell yeah, I want to chill on the deck. Very nice. Couple high top tables out here. Very nice. Blending into some seats. And then you got another little counter area above it. And then bleachers above that. Escalators along the side. Fantastic. See, this is the stuff I got to work on. Breaking up some of the bleachers on top of each other. I always tend to want to do seats. And then if it's not seats, it's just a concourse. Dan, Murph, Marco, fantastic at this kind of thing. Breaking up these little sections in here. It gives you a different layer, a different target to aim for other than just a concourse or another deck. Or some statue or fountain, Looks amazing. Awesome work, Dan. Always so creative with his builds. Then it's kind of separated here, but there's a little bridge. Nice. The signs hanging off the light tower looks phenomenal. The water coming in. Great work. Then in right field, you got kind of bowl-style seating. Excellent. Nice use of the corner with more stairs that come all the way up to the circular deck up here. And then more layers of seating. Pretty standing around and behind. But it's, this outfield alone is enough for me to do this. Yeah. I stamped you too hard there, Dan. Yeah. There we go. Gotta lift my chin up otherwise. Oh, boy. The best thing to do is just lose some weight, Philly. But the waterfalls look great. Escalators taking you up to the top deck. Palm tree right in the middle. Fantastic. Dan has some of the best concourses out there. The unique different layers, the way he builds his trees, and the way he lights everything up. Excellent. Yeah, see, he's got these lights all over the place to highlight the right side. Canoe! We got to put the air horn in the right spot. I moved it when I went to dinner. We have a dude in a canoe. Uh-oh. These guys are in trouble. Unless they're General Zod or Bruce Almighty. What other movies did people walk on water? Don't they do it in Arrested Development once? I don't know. Any Arrested Development fans out there? I freaking love Arrested Development. I have a favorite show, a different favorite show, depending on what I'm watching. If I'm watching Arrested Development, it's my favorite show. If I'm watching South Park, seasons 1 through 10, 11, 12, that's my favorite show. If I'm watching The Dick Van Dyke Show, that's my favorite show. If I'm watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, that's my favorite show. Those are the 4 best. I did say 4, right? If you want to throw in drama, then Game of Thrones. Freaking love Game of Thrones. Yeah, Dan, awesome as always. Definitely deserves a stamp. I'm going to make that new stamp. The Golden Canoe is now going to be the seal of excellence in Studio 44. Because, I mean, canoes, they now have a special place in my heart. Even though. So beautiful stadium, Dan. I mean, that could be a thumbnail right there. Excellent as always. You're one of the greats. From one great to another, Bo Tiger is back with Riverside Yards. It's in Anywhere, USA, max altitude, built in 1954, using newer batter's eye, giving it an older look, which is perfect. Got the arches out there, topped off with the brick. I like that. You got the Wall of Fame over here. Ooh, look at that. That's cool, using the new rope. What do we call these things? Meh. Stanchion divider. I never knew what they were called. But perfect, using the statues. People are checking it out. The Wall of Fame. Huge staircase to take you up to that little walkway that takes you right along the river. Excellent. Again, Pittsburgh Pirates spot. Ooh, closing it off with the Baltimore Warehouse. Great idea. Looks fantastic back here. And then the bridge, too, definitely, because the Roberto Clemente Bridge you can walk under behind the stadium in Pittsburgh. But I like this area of kind of outside concessions. People are cruising along. Looks like he fell victim to SDS, wanting to just delete random props. See, if I was a video game developer, oh, he doesn't have enough memory, I can't put it in there. If I was a video game developer and I had a game out there where people were, you know, making videos on it, I would want to look and see what people are doing with it, with my product, and what's working and what's not working, and fix it. But what do I know? Nice little corner. 2 trees in front of the Wrigley building. People are watching from the top. Another great stairway. Fantastic. Ooh, I like the sign, too. On the reversed San Diego studio sign. And then the Ivy look above that. Nice roof sticking out over this bleacher section. So maybe you can hit some balls on the roof, into the bleachers, and into this top deck. Outstanding, Bo Tiger. Same thing over here with the Ivy look and the roof. Excellent. Quirky little dimensions. Excellent, excellent, excellent. The rounded off dirt pattern and the lack of striping definitely gives it an older vibe. And with the lights on, it looks amazing. Perfect scoreboard for this. The green, older look. Is that green? Yeah, most of it's green. In the dark, it looks gray. Fantastic. Got the Wagon Man and the little, I'm guessing beer. Uh-oh, this girl can't serve beer. Come on. What's the rule in every other state? I think in New York you have to be at least 18 to sell beer. Can't have a little kid back there selling booze. And these 2 dudes, see, they're selling Mexican food. You can get a chimichanga burrito. Chunga? Chicken burrito, bean burrito, nacho soda, or water. Chorizo, egg and bean, beef and cheese taco, chicken taco, chips and salsa cheese, quesadilla. I always say quesadilla now because of Napoleon Dynamite. What are we going to eat? God. Yeah, I do a pretty good Napoleon. And he goes, what are we going to eat? And she goes, it's Mac's mom for those Sunny fans. Mac's mom plays Napoleon's grandma. I don't know. Make yourself a darn quesadilla. It's a good movie. I like having the top of that MLB sign just sticking out, too. That's cool. Bo Tiger. Excellent, buddy. Seems like it's been a while since we heard from you. Very nice. Very clean. Very different take on the Riverside. Excellent indeed, my friend. Got the parking garage under the bridge outside of the stadium. Oh, is that new? Lighting up the warehouse like that? I guess I haven't paid enough attention to the warehouse at night. I mean, it's a different color, too. You know, it's like blue in the middle and then white in the top and bottom. Nice. What do you say we break off another stamp? I love it. It's small like it would be in the 50s, I would assume. Gives me kind of a Ebbets Field vibe. Gorgeous. And I like that there's a small little window right in here. We can hit the ball in the plants, too. Over here, there's not really plants, right? Yeah, it's just the ivy on the wall. Well, maybe here. Yep, these are bushes. You'd have to hit a line drive. Either way, I love it, Bo Tiger. Fantastic work. Third star creator in a row. Beavers Park in St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis Park should give it away right off the bat. Max altitude, 1933. Our good buddy Murph 075 has given me some very alarming news. He says his PlayStation is acting up and making it hard for him to build stadiums right now. So he's given me some that has been sitting in his vault for a while. Murph, get that taken care of, man. We need new Murph stadiums. This has been sitting in your vault a while. This has all the new props. Look at this. This guy's freaking fantastic. I didn't realize that this was a thing. Was it in a little minor update? One of those two, right? Wasn't there two little minor ones after the... Or is my memory just bad? Look at this little neighborhood. He's even got the ramp and the higher levels. Look at the facing he did out here. Man, I want to beat the heck out of Murph sometimes, too. This is absolutely epic. And inside the stadium, just as nice. Little Ebbets Field and left field. And right field. Yeah, it's almost like Ebbets reversed. Right? Except it would curl around in front, doesn't it? Or behind the batter's eye or near the batter's eye. But he's got the perfect buildings lined up and blended in perfectly. Cool signs. Old school looking parking lot. Or parking garage. The old school looking diner. This guy. Vescola. I've never heard of Vescola. Is that a real thing? A real St. Louis thing? I didn't realize they had the umpires in there. Cool. I mean, you guys can see it. You don't need me to point everything out, right? It's perfect. It's freaking perfect. We have someone who I believe is new to Studio 44. This is Roscoe V34. The name kind of sounds familiar, but I looked through his vault and the stadiums didn't look familiar. Maybe something from 23 version of the game, But no, they would have carried over. So I don't know. But if you've had a stadium here before, I apologize. If you're new, welcome to Studio 44. He sends us Mad Ken's Field in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Has pretty much max altitude, and it was built in 2024. And I like how the fountains kind of make a wall that people are checking the game out behind. I think I've seen something like that before. But this is really cool. That's a fun idea. It's another one I might have to borrow. People are checking out the game from the windows in the home run wall. It would be nice if you can do it in the blue one. I feel like I do that in every video, don't I? Complain about the blue windows. Ooh, got a little football field behind. Looks like maybe they're doing an air show here today with the hot air balloons. People are checking it out. Mad Ken's Field. Cherry blossom trees behind. Oh, look at this. The weird building kind of surrounding the whole thing. Is that a specific building? Is that a real building? Is it the one in San Francisco? Isn't there one in San Francisco kind of shaped like that? I don't know. Man, the balloons are all over the place. This is a cool stadium. I like the new twin buildings thing in the background. He added the cherry blossom tree in there. Very nice indeed. You got the Ferris wheel behind. Looks great. People are sitting in the bleachers up here or standing in the bleachers up here. Excellent. Using the old steakhouse. More fans peeking through windows in left field. I like the high wall. Very nice indeed. Fairly standard around and behind. Excellent little stadium. You got the cages and the backstop back there. I guess you probably call that a cage too. Back here too. So that makes me think maybe it's a bullpen or hitting areas for each team or a place for kids to go in and enjoy the cages and pitching machine and such. Hit here cafe sign in a cool spot right inside the glove. Excellent. It's a good scoreboard that is resting on the fan staircase. Fantastic. Roscoe V34. Looks great lit up. I like that you use pretty much the same lights. I like to do the same thing in the corner. Use the Kansas City lights and behind. And then use the same ones in the outfield. I always mix and match, and it probably doesn't look that great. But sometimes better light, or sometimes lights don't work in certain areas, so you have to change it up. But I don't know. I like that view. That's a nice shot. Very nice indeed, sir. Roscoe B34. I like it. Send me some more. Okay. Our good buddy Mo 2179 or 2179 is back in Studio 44. He has KPC Field. It's in Heartland, USA. Has an altitude of 929 feet, built in 2024. And he said the KPC is for the inspiration he got from real baseball fields. The K is for the left field scoreboard at Kaufman Stadium. P is for the center field view of custom bullpens and brick structures with the Hall of Fame section in Progressive Field in Cleveland. And in right field is Coors Field with that upper deck bar type section. Yeah, which is new. And again, I think they tried to duplicate something like that in Cleveland, and it didn't work out. Oh, I like this little window section using that one little building. Right, it's got like pillars in the front. Yeah. That's cool. One row of it between the bleachers. Nice. Ooh, I like this concourse section too. That's the other thing he said he focused on is he wanted to make nice concourse like other creators that he's seen here before. There's the custom bullpens he was talking. Oh, look. Use the top of the... Okay, nice. To kind of make the batter's box. great work. You guys, like I said before, do such a creative job creating your custom bullpens. It's too bad we have to spend so much memory. It should be an existing prop. And get these mother out of here. Nice over here. We got a little beach area with some sand. Very nice. And then there's the deck back here, taking you maybe inside with this window. Bleacher section on top. Yeah, this is the Kaufman Field area with that building and the scoreboard. I know what he's talking about. Excellent. And he does a good job having this slant back. Because what I started to do early on, and again, I know it doesn't matter. They're fake people. But if you do it straight, you know, people are right here, and then you look to left and you can't see. But when it's slanted, you have a little bit more, better angle. Like, see these guys back here. But again, I know. They're fake people. They're not really watching the game. Like, if you're sitting in this seat right here, you can't see a lot of the outfield. And I learned that trick from Marco. He angles his buildings back, even if he has to add to them. Center field is cool, too. Oh, okay. It's the one building. Yeah, built into the ground with the seats coming up, and you still got the marble concourse and the covering or awning or whatever the hell they call this thing. The overhang, that's right. How many times in a Stadium Extravaganza video have I selected that item and looked up what it's called? Ooh, I like how this one comes to a little point. That's cool. Where are these two kids' parents? Come on. Those came with the racing prop, right? With the racing update. Nice work, Mo. 2179. There's that Hall of Fame section, too. And that is from Cleveland. I've actually walked right in there in Cleveland. I can't remember if I took any pictures, but that was 2 years ago. KPC Field from Mo, 2179. Fantastic work. Okay, I'm going to show two stadiums from this creator because they are stadiums that we've seen before, but he made a lot of changes to them. So I want to get them in for him. This is RC4 625. Tri-Towers Park version 2.0 NA. Las Vegas, Nevada. Pretty much max altitude, built in 2020. And he said he added some bullpens. He added a Studio 44 and Sewell train. Scratched a few other elements he didn't like before and reworked the lighting and changed the batter's eye. Wow. I don't remember this. Did I show this stadium? I love this structure back here. This looks really cool. How it kind of circles around, and then you got the two little in front over this custom bullpen. Fantastic. And then you got the fountain lining up the entire back. So this is kind of ringing a bell. Yes, I do remember the deck. If I remember correctly, you didn't put the people out here before, so you added the people. And you've got distances along the home run fence. Fantastic. What do we got here? Oh, that's part of the pier. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think I remember the stands kind of curling around. And the bridge with the thing. Okay. Okay, RC4. I think this is Ryan, correct? You show up, and I remember this too. The water features, the Aqua Theater thing. All right, yeah. Okay. It does look very different. That's why I didn't recognize it. Fantastic. This is really cool, really unique. Center field. I love it. This is kind of a cool... Oh, this is the Tri-Towers, where it gets its name from. Now, where's the Sewell in Studio 44? I didn't see that yet. Let's see, added Studio 44 and Sewell train. Canoe! We have a canoe or two. In the water back here. A bunch of canoes. Flashy canoes. I wish I could find it. Not find, but I want to make. I wish I could make a toy canoe. Oh, here's the Sewell train. I wish I could make a flashy canoe with Studio 44 logo on it and sell them. Like a paperweight or a tape dispenser. Isn't a canoe almost shaped like a tape dispenser? That could be cool. Okay, different funky concourse. I like it. This is the whole outside, right? Yeah, all the ground is like that. Okay. Why am I missing the Studio 44 thing? Found Sewell train. There it is. Studio 44 could be right inside there with people on top on the party deck. I love it. Bless Sewell for figuring out a way to make the 4-4. Because I use it now. I try to make all different kinds of numbers using those props so I can get the right distances up in certain spots. I can't do it with the windows, though. I can't get myself to do it because in so many spots the windows move or you can't get them close enough to make it look good. So I gave up with that. I just tried to find a proper place on the props behind. I just can't get over how cool this looks. That looks so cool. I can almost have that as a thumbnail. Let's turn the lights on and look at that. Yeah, that looks badass. Then the Tri-Tower Parks, or the Tri-Towers. The Tri-Towers have Tri-Towers. I don't know. Either way, it's really cool. I like this one. Very, very unique. Very creative. I definitely like it better with the changes that you made. Ooh, I like to go right in here. Nice work, sir. Alpha Park V3.0-NA is the next stadium from RC4625. It's in Maryland, coastal Maryland. Built in 2022, has an altitude of 2022. And I think I showed this one twice, maybe once live and once in a extravaganza video. He says he updated Studio 44 in right, and he added a Stadium Center reference. I'm sure we'll run into that. Added more brick patterns. I definitely remember the brick patterns. And I remember the walkway going all the way across. That looks really cool with Studio 4 blended in, of course. Studio 44. 13 splashes. I remember that on the corner. I love that. Hall of Fame in the corner. Very unique around and behind. Low lights. Some antennas poking through there. Oh, okay, from the old school circular building. Let's get up above this apartment building. So huge. Yeah, left field I think is different. He says custom bullpens, more brick patterns, remade left field corner with added waterfall feature. That's over here. Upgraded Studio 44 in right field. Added Stadium Center suites in left field for Sewell. There they are, the Stadium Center suites. Added standing room crowds. Added windows in wall to allow crowds to see through them. I'm guessing that's right here next to the 330 sign. And the custom bullpens with the dude robbing a home run over the fence. Excellent. RC4625. I remember your name's Ryan. I can never remember the numbers. I should just remember Andy Pettit, Joe Girardi. Do you guys do that? I find myself doing that all the time. A lot of time with Ricky Davis League guys. So do you guys do stuff like that? Like real players maybe? Yep, I remember the football field over here. He added the futuristic, Yeah, Sigma. Okay. Right. He called it Alpha Park and Sigma Stadium because it had the football field back here. Excellent. Fantastic. Wow, he lined up that whole thing with that arch. It starts down here. Great work. Yeah, I like the upgrade, sir. Let me know when you have some more. I'll be glad to show them right here in Studio 44. Now, if I remember correctly, this stadium creator was the talk of the town in the last video. Everybody loved his Redwood Logger Park. Of course, I'm talking about Lemur F Baby. This time we have Pacific Cooler Park, and I can tell just from his style who it is, but it's in Encinitas, California. 2,500 feet is your altitude, and it was built in 1994. And again, it's that great style of his I like. He has a lot of enclosed fan sections, which is fun. Always has a custom bullpen, and it takes you back here. Now, this gives me an indoor soccer field vibe. I'd love to find a place like this in Rochester, cheap enough to host a wiffle ball league. Anybody from Rochester, if you're in the area, I would love to team up and work on some kind of wiffle ball league. I will run a channel and try to help make it popular and take it from there. But I think we could have a lot of fun with it. Another custom bullpen over here, a little bit different from this style. It's not, well, yeah, it is. Underneath a deck. This has a deck of bleachers. I like how this one is lower than over here. Very fun. Under here you have covered. Now, is this the prop or is this the actual? It's the actual fence. Okay. I never liked this look, but you guys always do such a good job with it. I want to do it myself. The problem is I can't get myself to use the green. I hate green. Fairly enclosed. He's got the clock on top. I like that. And the cold drink sign. Very cool. More bleachers in the outfield and signage. Pretty standard around and behind with 2 plaza levels serving as the second and third level decks. Restaurants underneath. Lemur F, babe. Lemur F, baby. He's my guy. I gotta know, do you watch the premieres? Are you silently in the background watching? I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to get some of your point of views on some of your ideas. Maybe get you on in an interview. People seem to really like that, and I'm glad, because I would definitely like to do that in the future, hear from some more folks. Like I said before, I did talk to Murph when he won the contest, but we pretty much talked about the one stadium. So I'd love to get in his head about some of his other ones. And, you know, Scotty Warren and Big Impact and Sluggish Moth, Bo Tiger, Texas Ags. All you guys, eventually. Love to chat with everyone. Flip that light switch. Now, I think he did this in another one where he kind of centered. Am I right? He kind of centered the batter's eye here. This time he did it with a higher wall and then just a smaller concourse. I believe before it was like straight up and down, kind of riding alongside the whole time. And he used the singers to kind of give you that neon pink in there. Fun. And then here it is kind of sticking out in the background. And over in this corner, super fun. Another area of fans hanging out, watching the game, and a protected screen. Yeah, I could see where you get some line drives in there. And he always does a good job of making those screens stick out. I tried to do that in the remix I showed you of my own stadium, but I couldn't pull it off in the right spots. But yeah, in the next video, I'll show you my next stadium. I want you guys to fix the anomalies and see what you come up with. I'm a little bit more happy with the ones I did in the next one, but yeah, the dam, I didn't love it. But thank you, Lemur F Baby. I'd love to hear from you. Big Impact is back in Studio 44, and he has Athletics Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. He says this is his attempt to give the A's a new stadium. Has the max altitude built in 2024, and he said he has a special prop just outside left center field, and I might recognize it. If I hate it, let him know. Well, we'll see if I hate it in a minute. Let's take a look at center field while we're here. I love it. Nice concourse that wraps all the way around the batter's eye. Definitely looks more realistic than a lot of your builds. Very nice. Athletic center using the modem building to close off the stadium. A nice big window over here and left. I like that. He's got the grass walkway above the seats a la Howard Terminal. Love it. I like the concourse that wraps all the way around, or the second deck. And then, oh, look at this. This is like a DJ station. Okay. Yeah, he used the top of singers. Put the, okay. I love it. And then he's got a little elevator or escalator to get him down here. Fantastic. Bunch of concessions that run along. Luxury seating. Of course, jackpot. Yep, every place in Vegas has a spot where you can play slots using the gas pumps. Brilliant. And then he added the stools. Perfect. Nice work. Very creative. Yeah, I can see people. I wonder, do they have it at the football stadium where the Raiders play now? What do we got over here? Some retired A's numbers. I like it out here in the grass, the retired numbers. Very, very nice. All right, let's see what's outside of left center field. It's not in the stadium. We're in Las Vegas. Is this the outside of the ballpark at the Moonshot Casino? No, I don't hate it. Are you kidding? It's freaking awesome. He's got the roof. Oh, he put the field in there. I don't think the field would be this way, though. Excellent work, Big Impact. I love it. Why on earth would I hate it? So, we got some competition across the street, do we? Oakland A's. I just read an article. They're getting closer and closer to making this a real thing. They're definitely going to play in Sacramento until the new ballpark is dealt with, because obviously the lease is up. Oh, there's a pool back here, too. I didn't even see the pool. Very nice. I'm assuming the slot decks alone, the way you use the gas pumps and put the stools there. I've heard stories of like local casinos where people are so superstitious about their, especially older people, are so superstitious about their machines when they sit down that they won't even stop to go to the bathroom, and then they'll pee and poop right on the seats, and that people working at casinos have to clean them up. Has that ever happened to you, Sewell? Let me know. I know you work at casinos. Las Vegas Athletics. I like it. Did I turn the lights on yet? Club Aces with the DJ above, and then there's, oh, he put the scoreboard back here too. Nice. Very creative. And like I said, very realistic compared to your other stadiums. And, you know, it makes sense if you want it to be the new home of the Oakland A's. So, great work, sir. I dig it. And no, by no means do I hate the ballpark at the Moonshot Casino across the street. We're going to wrap up this stadium extravaganza video with Sears, Roebuck and Company Field. It's in Chicago, Illinois, 5,279 feet, built in 1912. comes to us from our good buddy Young Gun 1417. He says it was built around the same time as Wrigley Field. Not the same, but you get the same kind of vibe. Sears and Roebuck were just kind of starting at the time, so it makes sense that they would sponsor a new stadium to get some recognition. Lots of stairs, he says, to make it possible to walk all the way around. And just based on the thumbnail, it looks fantastic. He says the anomalies are playable still. They still show up in games for the ones that he plays. So it's nice when you can just blend these anomalies right into a whole new concourse. And here's some stairs that he's talking about to take you up to the second level, maybe of bleachers. Great layering of this bleacher section up here above the field level seating. Nice low home run fences. Wow. How deep are they? 319, pretty shallow. That's Yankee Stadium right there. So this could be a Target or even over it, where you have like a Utah Street type situation in Baltimore with the warehouse in the background. Signage on the lights, I always love that, and I never do it. I need to start doing that because it's a great look. Here's your Hall of Fame section with some statues and the circle, flagpole in the middle. Excellent. You got the trees with the picnic tables. Phenomenal. What a great stadium. Young Gun 1417, 2 levels of decks. Left field looking amazing as well. I love this. With the peak of the bleachers going right up to this scoreboard. Gorgeous. And then the soda shop right into the home run deck. Fantastic. Here's more stairs. Looks nice and clean with the concourse structures creating a railing of sorts. Yeah, they really needed to put railings on these steps. Perfect spot for all these signs with this higher wall. Now this area might be tougher to get into. What's over here? This could it be 300? Yep, 302. Another nice corner with the Show 24 sign covering the front of this concourse. Fan-freaking-tastic. Young Gun 1417. Oh, great job facing off the outside as well. That clever way to cover the theater sign. Nice work. I always love it when we can wrap up the video with a stamp. Out frickin' standing. Then, of course, more Wrigley vibe with the bleachers on top of old school buildings. Fantastic little parkway out here, or road. Ooh, fountains outside the stadium. I love it. Young Gun 1417. I don't want to tell you how you know how to run your business and all that, but if you decide to enter the Stadium of the Year contest, you might want to consider this one. You might want to consider it. That's a good one. That's a good one. Why wouldn't you enter this one? Ah! It's gorgeous. I'd double stamp it if I could. I mean, I could, but... I mean, how would that look? Where would I put it? Let's see. In the corner? The other corner? That? To cover up my face? Keep my face covered? Put it in that corner? No, because that's where the name is. In the middle? No. Excellent. That could be our thumbnail too. Maybe pushed in a little bit more. How about showing the field? Can we get one showing the field? I don't know. It's a great stadium. Another great video filled with great stadiums. No modifier. Oh, because the lights are on. Excellent. Do you guys have a great stadium you want me to showcase in Studio 44? If you don't know what to do by now, I will let you know. All you have to do is follow the link in my description of my YouTube channel. The description of this video has a link, and my Facebook page, Studio 44 with Phil Sherman, right on Facebook. You do search, pop right up. You can find a link there as well. Don't forget, the first stadium I showed you was one of my own. I fixed an anomaly in the first stadium that I ever built specifically for the use of anomalies. I finally got around to fixing it up. Not too thrilled about what I did, so I'd love to see what you guys would do to fix that. You can download the damn Beavers Park, either the one I already did fix or the original, the damn Beavers Park. There's only, I think, 2 pages of it, so it's not hard to find that stadium. Do me a favor and check out my Studio 44 store. It has a bunch of shirts and mouse pads and mugs and cups, and they're not Yetis, but they're like water bottles, you know, the fancy water bottles. I couldn't believe how expensive they are. But those are there. Sweatshirts, T-shirts, fun stuff. You can also check out Respect the Pick, the podcast that we created, my brother and my nephew, mostly nerd culture, stuff like that. We have a lot of fun with it. And, of course, it always helps if you have not subscribed to the channel yet to do that. And you can also like this video if you did, in fact, like it. As I've said before, if you didn't like it, you don't have to like it. But if you liked it, like it. It's not too much to ask, right? But thank you again for watching. A highlight video is in progress. I'm editing that right now. It's the good old microphone turned off less than halfway into it, so I have to re-record some of my commentary to it, but it should be fun. Thank you so much for watching, and be on the lookout for more fantastic stadiums from you coming soon.